What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We've got a really exciting one that you guys have been begging for forever, all winter season, that we haven't been able to do because Mother Nature's been so negative with all of our activities. But today, we are finally making it happen. But before we get into this massive first for the channel and for a truck that we've had on the channel for a while, hint, hint, I got a tremendous announcement that I am so excited to share with you guys. Are you ready for this? First, let's just take a minute to appreciate the cuteness of this young man chilling right here in the front yard, watching over our buddies at Becker Landscaping, planting us some nice trees. Yes, quite the view, right, bud?
We're getting ready to have a picnic.
He's pretty excited about what we're doing in the plaza. And ladies and gentlemen, the big old announcement is the fact that Dream Diesel giveaway number 17 is now live. You have a chance to take home Lucifer. This Stealth 67, one of the world's first Stealth 67 L5P DURTYMAXs, exactly as you see it, with the Whirly Fab 750 horsepower trans. And this is what makes this the biggest giveaway that we've ever done in the history of all the 16 giveaways that we've done specific to trucks. Not even factoring all the other proctored and bonded sweepstakes that we did before that. This time, for the first time ever, we're tacking in $30,000 in cold hard cash. This money right here goes along with that truck, and you have a chance to take it all home. So as an early week bonus, right now, you can get 10 times the normal entries. So every $1 gets you 10 times entries for this cash and that big turbo L5P Denali that you see right there sitting behind us, AKA Lucifer. So my friends, no pressure if you don't want to get entered, but if you do, you could be taking that package right there home. Now, Lucifer also happens to come with our brandy spanking new released polished bullet antenna. You guys have been so patient, and I told you that they were coming. They're finally here. So now we have brushed antennas, polished antennas, and black antennas on the site. We have confirmed specific model, make, and year fitment for diesel trucks, starting from about 2002. We still don't have 1500s yet, as we're validating what thread pitches those vehicles are, because we don't want to sell something that won't fit on your vehicle. We're working on that as quick as we possibly can. So boys, finally in today's video, we're doing something that all of us have wanted to see for the longest time, including me. I've been extremely patient. We've got like a 70-degree day, and it is the perfect conditions to break out those slicks that have been sitting there up on the rack pretty much all winter. They feel like they haven't moved at all, throwing them on 8-ball and doing its actual first boosted launch on drag radio. So we got to get these things unloaded here real quick, and it looks like we need to get air in that bottom one. Woo! Alright guys, so we're back up at the house now. I'm so sorry about the wind. It seems like we have been dealing with wind audio issues since, I don't know, I moved up here. I don't know if it has something to do with that fact that I'm up on the top of a mountain or whatever the case might be. I'm really sorry in advance if it happens to affect any of your audio quality or your viewing pleasure. You're just gonna have to stay tuned with us. We're not gonna try and talk all that much, but we just have to go over a quick little overview. We had actually done something a little bit earlier to the KTM that I'm gonna flash to you right now. We have one very major issue with the KTM EXC F500, guys, and it's this. I didn't really want to admit it, but I have to admit it. You hear the issue? You hear it now? How about now? The issue, guys, is the fact that this awesome KTM that's capable of jumping 60 foot, just like I showed you guys, wheeling wherever you want, on or off-road, obviously off-road only, and or even taking you to your favorite destination. Sounds like a hairdryer. And I grew up racing motocross. Motocross bikes don't sound like hairdryers. We have a solution for that today. I went out and I bought myself a slip-on. And it's not just your average, ordinary slip-on. It's a fancy old slip-on. It's an Aprovix system that slips on where that factory hairdryer rests. And this one happens to also be a hairdryer. But the hairdryer insert's removable, my friend. So how about we get this thing installed real quick? Because I actually want to hear what this KTM sounds like. Oh, dude, it's been a minute since I've worked on a dirt bike. I'm excited. 10 mil or 8 mil? That's the question. 8 mil is the answer. All right, boys, we got this thing rigged up. I'm really excited about the first start. I'm an idiot, though, because I had to run out of the shop. I didn't have the right size Torx bit in my set up here at the house, and I left all the other hardware, so I can't go out and actually drive it right now. But that doesn't mean that we can't do a startup and hear this thing actually breathe, if you catch my drift. Gonna shake all over the place, not even mounted up. I forgot the spacers down at the shop. We finally have ourselves sounds? Well, it sounds like a dirt bike. And check this system out. It's an aerobic slip-on exhaust, so it doesn't mess with anything kind of from this point forward, but it's a very nice system, brushed to kind of match the color of the swing arm in a way, and looks super good here under the bike. Man, I am super happy with how this thing turned out. I wish I could go for a ride, but that's gonna have to be for another time. But I'm an idiot, and I actually ended up leaving the hardware down at the shop, so now we've got it back. We're gonna end up putting that thing back together here later in the vlog, so if you wanna hear what it sounds like out ripping around, you're definitely gonna wanna stay tuned to my dirt bike lovers. But boys, it's been a minute since we've had 8-Ball up here on the vlog. It feels so good to be making content with him again. We've kind of just written him off over the winter time because it's been cold and crappy outside. Hasn't really been ideal for a truck that makes 1113 horsepower at the rear wheels and to all wheels and spins all wheels when doing a boosted launch. We did a boosted launch just after we got it back from Fire Punk. Flashback now. And it was absolutely awesome because it actually spun all 4 wheels with super heavy rotating mass. These American Forces are ridiculously heavy in comparison to the Pro Comp wheels that I've got married up to these M&T Racemaster slicks that we once ran on the Mini-Max. The beautiful thing about this race truck compared to my old race truck, which was the Mini-Max, is the fact that they share the same 8x6.5 lug pattern. So we'll be able to marry those up to this truck right now for the first time, and then we're gonna go out and rip it.
Oh wait, this is the first time ever?
This is the first time ever that we are putting the slicks on 8-Ball. Should we just look at this as a small little foreshadow of what's to come for this year?
I think so.
I'm really excited. My guesses are somewhere around the low 10s in the quarter mile, but only time will tell. But first things first, before we put these drag radials on, I think that we actually need to make sure that this thing still makes some power. Do you guys agree? It's warm.
Nah.
We're ready to go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're up to 10. We're good.
All right.
Confirmed.
Your tires are bald.
Oh, dude. I don't know why your lens cover would be dusty. Makes no sense. This is the burnout machine. Like, I would love to make this a drift truck. I think that that would be the coolest thing ever. The weight distribution makes absolutely no sense for it to be a drift car because it's really kind of hard to control, but I'm starting to get the handle of it. And I need some new 420Vs.
Yeah, want to go look at your back 420s?
Missed a hell of a show. You smell so good, Bubba. Yes, you do. You're so fresh and groomed and studly. Go strut your stuff. Go strut your stuff. Yes, strut. Good job, dude.
I don't. Do you like burnouts?
I'm actually pretty sure there's nothing hotter than you holding Jack right now.
Just a baby.
I'm glad we got that warm-up out of our way because we run into some really unfortunate news. And it's kind of put a whole freaking rain on my parade right now. Our M&T slicks on our Pro Comp wheels do not fit 8-ball. We just learned that these first version 3rd gens apparently have a much larger caliper and brake assembly up front than the DURTYMAXs did. So a little bit of candid research that we weren't really intending on doing. We've got our rears mounted up. We were halfway there. My excitement was building until it all came crashing down right here. Yep, these wheels are unfortunately too small. You can see that we are on the studs. Bolt pattern's fine. It's just that the actual caliper itself is considerably larger than the one that was on the Mini-Max. So this is as far as these are going, and that's not really going to do us any good for what we wanted to do today, which was the first boosted launch with slicks, just to see how it felt, see how it hooked, see how much faster it was, because the weight difference between these wheels and tires and those wheels and tires is tremendous. This truck is already a lightning bolt with massive 2212 American Force concave wheels, let alone something that is quite literally about a quarter of the weight. You can just imagine how much of a difference that would actually make with this thing. But unfortunately, we're kind of pumping the brakes on this project today, which kind of sucked.
Get it? Because the brakes pumped us.
You like that?
Pumping the brakes.
That was pretty good, right? So I guess while we're this far, we might as well take the ones off the rear, which are pretty much deemed useless at this point in time. Put the ones on the rear and the front, and then the front ones on the back, so that way we can actually get some traction as we have some fun, you know, just cruising from point A to point B. You know, every time you get into a Corvette, you have to grunt like an old man.
I did not know that.
It's actually in the handbook.
Is it really?
Yeah, it came in the handbook.
Oh. Did you have to
I
put
can't
your...
hear you. Hold on, let me turn my hearing aid on. Handguards on, dude. This thing was awesome.
Oh yeah, have they seen this thing since we put those on?
Yeah, I think we put them on right away. Looks sweet. Sounds like a 450 now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Dang, does that sound good.
Wow.
So much better.
Bro, that brings me back to the original days of Xbox. Not Xbox 360, Xbox. The original console, MX Unleashed.
Best game ever.
Hands down, best game
Dude,
ever.
you'd be able to get so much speed and then ramp those jumps for like miles.
Yo, the trike they had, the trike was overpowered, bro.
Big time.
Oh.
That's kind of the feeling that you get every time you're on one of these, though.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah. Pretty fun little thing. Always makes everything more fun, though.
It absolutely does.
Without a question of a doubt. Damn, you make that thing squat more than me.
Are you calling me fat?
Good job, Sonny. That's what I'm talking about. Not too much, but just enough. We were originally gonna pick up an FMF exhaust, but with coronavirus, the lead times and availability on so much stuff is not really the best. Coronavirus definitely didn't hurt the recreational spending space, AKA off-road motorsports. No FMF exhausts were to be found, so we went for the Eperovic, which was actually a more expensive option, but everything happens for a reason. I'm happy with the purchase.
Doesn't sound terrible.
It doesn't sound terrible, but it's like not overbearing. It sounds really good. It looks way better too.
Does it?
Oh yeah, way better.
Your hands are all protected.
Yeah, I like this thing a lot.
Hours later, we found neutral.
Well, my friends, that's most certainly a bummer. I was really excited to see 8-ball rip with some lighter wheels today. Those drag radials make a massive difference. They got the Mini-Max into some ridiculously impressive numbers. Man, we ran an 11.0 flat with like a I think it was like a 1.5 or a 1.4 60 foot at Cecil County, man. That was a really good time. I absolutely love the way that this setup looks too as a track-only setup, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like they are going to work. So we're gonna have to hit the drawing board and we're gonna have to get ourselves a solid solid set for this season because we definitely plan on getting down to the track more often this year than we did last year with the whole kind of onset of the coronavirus, this, that, and the other. So we got the wheels put back on. We actually put the burnt ones up front and the newer ones on the back just so we can get whatever traction the truck is capable of getting for the time being. And that's really all I had planned for today's video. So that's pretty much where we're going to end this one here, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, now you have the chance to take home Lucifer, our 2018 67mm Stealth 67 equipped L5P turbo with a built transmission and everything else that you've seen that truck go through build-wise over the last few weeks, man. It is genuinely one of the sickest trucks that I can say that I've ever owned, and now you have a chance to take it along with $30,000 in cash home. The only question is, are you gonna get entered? Hit that subscribe button, like button, and tap the notification bell before you guys leave, and we'll see y'all in the next upload.
Today we are going to be getting into the Dream Diesel giveaway number 17 L5P DURTYMAX. As many of you may know, this is DURTYMAX Jack's truck. This is the current giveaway going on right now. You guys have the chance to enter to win this truck. He dropped it off for a full exterior detail and two-step paint correction.